So this video has spoilers for book 1 to 4 of Wilderlore. Hello and welcome today. It is about why I think Barsha is a good ship. Also known as hear me fangirl and yap about why those two are perfect for each other. So let's have a little background of what is Barsha anyway. Barsha is a ship that I have and probably also other people have in Wilderlore. It is basically Barkley x Yasha. Yeah. Small info about them. Barkley is an Elsie boy. He became a lore keeper, bonded Ruth, has Wilderlore, and became Runa's apprentice. He's on the good side. And we have Yasha here. He is first introduced to us as a mysterious, talented, and calm lore keeper. He has Wilderlore, and he is Edwin, also known as Adrian's apprentice. And you know, if you read book 2, revealed to be on the bad side. They first met in book 2 at the town of Nux. So, what makes them so good together? At least in my opinion. I have 3 points. I compiled 3 points as to why I think they're the best. Like the best ship. First point. Enemies to lovers. The chemistry, man. They are basically what I call friends to enemies to friends to lovers. Okay, technically they are not yet confirmed. But come on, the signs are there. I might be the Lulu, but who cares? Let's talk about how the first time they met, Yasha basically helps Barkley control his lore. Like, are you kidding me? He could have just not helped him, but this boy has goodwill. He actually helped Barkley. That was a very critical point to Barkley's character. He was really doubting himself as a lore keeper, and he just offers him advice that actually is genuine advice. And he also doesn't make fun of Barkley for being an Elsie. Man, supportive. I also think that, if you also think about it, he's Adrian's apprentice, so it would be kind of weird if he would make fun of him since his own master is an Elsie too, like Adrian. And they're also forbidden love. In this first point, it's really interesting to see them. The first point is basically about how well they make together, how aesthetically pleasing they are, in a way. Everyone would be really shocked if they actually become canon. They'll be like, oh my goodness. And now let's go to the second point. They genuinely care about each other. There's a lot of examples of this. I listed a lot of examples. So Yasha saving Barkley so many times. What I mean by so many times? So many times. He legit saved Barkley when they first met. And the second time when Tyga and Barkley were at the sea, he was also the one that tossed that inflatable that basically he helped them get to the ship that he and Adrian had. And the third time, he when in the Everstorms, when Barkley was falling in the sand, he helped him. And then it caused him also to fall too. So I don't know, he didn't even think about it. He just, oh yeah, I'm gonna save this guy. Barsha's relationship really reminds me of that song from Dove Cameron and Khaled, We Go Down Together. If you go down, then we go down together. You know that scene, again in the Everstorms where Barkley was falling in the sand and Yasha saves him, it's just that moment perfectly encapsulates the entire song. Like, that song is made for them. Even the rest of the lyrics, it's just their vibe for some reason. Like, it's amazing. Okay, I am talking about the camera. But anyway, he saved Barkley without thinking about it. No way you don't care about him. And in the Night Compass, he saved Barkley from getting eaten by those tundra bees, whatever they're called. I'm not sure if this is like the official count, but from what I've listed, it's like 4 times. And that is definitely a lot of times to save your enemy. And another example of them caring about each other is Barkley not giving up on Yasha, like also so many times. Like in the Everstorms, he was always thinking of Yasha, like worried about him. Like he hoped he will not get a bad punishment, like a really terrible punishment like Adrian, And he was also at the end of like the last part in the Everstorms, he was still asking for Yasha to like, come on, just come back to our side, dude. And also, he also trying to change his mind at the cave scene in the Night Compass where like they were stuck together. But you know, and also at the end of the book, he also went there. He went to Yasha alone to try to talk sense to him. Like, are you kidding me? Like, they genuinely care about each other. And like also like another like evidence is that they felt really hurt that like the other betrayed the other, because like they really care, like they did care about each other. Every time they face off, it's always like the showdown, like you are the enemy, but I care for you. And also because it's just that they also have like a really like similar past, so I think like in that way they support each other like emotionally too. Like that is possible. I hope that happens more. That happens in the future books, and that would be really amazing. I also forgot to mention this the first time I recorded. That jacket scene where Yasha was like, hey, take this. Like he saw Barkley like wet from the boat, and he like Yasha offers him his like, I think it was a fur coat or a jacket, but it's amazing. Again, I keep on saying it's amazing, but and also in the Night Compass where they literally switched jackets. Also that same time when they were at the cave scene, Yasha also offers Barkley his jacket, and when Barkley left the cave, he was left with nothing. So Yasha like uses Barkley's coat. Are you kidding me? They just switched jackets, and then that scene where they were gonna fight Adrian, where they find out Adrian was in that destination they were going to. Like Yasha was still wearing Barkley's fur coat, and amazing. And now for the third point, they both accept the other for who they are and who they could become. This is amazing. Like Barkley not giving up on Yasha. Like he sees Yasha for his goodness. Like to the entire Lore Keeper world, Yasha is like a wanted Lore Keeper, just like Adrian. But what Barkley sees is a good guy. I mean, there is good in Yasha. Like he knows that, and we all know it. Like for example, in book 3 to 4, he's not giving up. Like in book 3, in the end of book 3, he said to himself like he won't bother with Yasha anymore. But guess what? He's like in book 4, he still wants to change his mind. So dude, you can't lie to yourself. Like he was just lying. And another point for how they both accept the other for who they are is Yasha seeing Barkley's worst. Like he was an Elsie, I mean, it's not really Barkley's worst, but like, it's more of how others might think that Barkley is like not that good because he's an Elsie, but like Yasha's just accepting of him. Like, he's just so nice about it. Like, he also knew about his Wilderlore, and just thinks about how it is to keep him like safe, like just warns him that, hey, you should stop using this like for the time being because it's not safe. And it's just, I think they've seen each other, and I think that's the good part if they would ever become canon, is that they've seen the best and worst of each other, and that makes them really good pair. Also, can we also talk about that scene in The Night Compass where like they were pulling each other to the other side, like the last part where Barkley tries to change Yasha's mind, and he was sitting on Ruth and he was trying to save Yasha, but then Yasha was like pulling him from Ruth, like, stop, stay with me, it'll be great with us. And Barkley's like, no, and they're just like having a tug of war of some sort with, well, the hands. But it's just a really great moment to show how much they actually care about each other, and it is amazing. And that is all I could say about Barsha, like why I think Barsha is such a really, really great ship, and I just love it so much. It's like my OTP ship. It's amazing. Like, they work so good together. Like, they're just there for each other, and I can feel it. And I'm really excited to see if they would become canon, and I really hope they would become canon because I really love them. Again and again, I keep on saying that. But yeah, thank you for listening to my fangirl session. Have a nice day.